Hi, it's Alexis Hasselberger, time management and productivity coach. Today, I want to do a little bit of a deep dive on a concept that I call opportunistic lists. Now, this is surely something that can and should live in your task system. It's nice to have everything consolidated in one place, but opportunistic lists are not exactly tasks. They are task adjacent, and they are super helpful when it comes to not having to rely on memory, not having to waste time scrolling, trying to figure out what to watch. They're like an efficiency tool and a memory tool and a stress reduction tool all at once. And so I want to share this strategy with you. Now, you may be using this strategy already in certain ways. I bet you are. The first way that I'm going to talk about is a grocery list, which is an opportunistic list. And I bet you're doing this already. And you might be thinking, why should I listen to the rest of this video? Why should I watch this video if you're just going to be talking about grocery lists? But I am going to talk about some different ways that we can use lists like this to help us and some things that you might not have thought of when it comes to these type of lists. Now, why is it not a task, right? Why is your grocery list not a task? Well, an opportunistic grocery list is not a task because there aren't really next actions for each of the things, right? There's one action, and it's when you're at the grocery store, pick up the stuff. And there's not necessarily next action dates. Like you may have a task that you want to go to the grocery store on a specific date, but all of the items on that list are not going to have, their own dates. That would be a little bit of overkill, right? So a grocery list is just the idea that when you think of something or when you're running out of something, you add it to the list. And that way, the next time you're at the grocery store, opportunistically, maybe you pass by a grocery store, you can pick up the things that you need, right? They're already on the list. Now, a pro tip here is that I like to use my task system to tag my grocery items by where I buy that thing. And this is really helpful because, there are certain things I buy at Costco, there are certain things I buy at Trader Joe's, there are certain things I buy at the market, like walk from my house. There are different things that I buy in different places because they cost different amounts or they have them at different places, whatever. I'm sure the same is true for you, or it might be. And so in this way, I can tag things by where I'm going to buy them, which means that if I happen to be passing by Trader Joe's, I can just filter the list really quickly for only the things that I have to buy at Trader Joe's. And that way, I'm not spending all my time kind of looking through, oh, should I buy this here? Should I buy this there? It reduces decision fatigue as well, right? Okay, so that's a grocery list. You're probably already doing that one to a certain degree, right? Now, what about gifts, gift ideas? Now, how often have you been in a position where, I don't know, you see something and you're like, oh, that would be a perfect gift for my mom, right? But it's not the right time, right? Her birthday was last month and it's like a few more months until whatever holiday in your family you give people gifts on. And so you're like, that's great for later, etc. Now, if you have an opportunistic list for gift ideas, you can just add this thing, whatever it is, to your list, tag it with mom, and then that way, when it's time to buy mom a gift, you have a pre-curated list of things that you might want to buy her. Now, think about all the other people that you buy gifts for and that you see things for. This might be super useful, right? Now, how about a to watch list? Now, how often are you like, oh, I'm relaxing at the end of the day? Like, I just finished, a series of TV show that I was really interested in, and now I don't know what to watch. And so you just open Netflix or Hulu or Apple TV or whatever, and you just start scrolling. And then you realize that, maybe it's been a half an hour, 45 minutes. Now it's just time to go to sleep, right? You spend all that time just searching for something to watch instead of actually watching something that you might enjoy. So use a to watch list. Whenever you hear about a program or a movie that you think might be interesting, then you can go ahead and put that on your list, right? You can even tag it with where you watch it, right? Whether it's Netflix or Hulu or whether it's, something else, right? You can tag that so that then it's really easy to find something to go to that place. You don't have to spend a lot of effort, a little mental effort on it, right? Now what about to read? This happens to be my biggest list. I mean, I read a lot. I probably read, I don't know, 50 to 75 books a year, but even at that rate, it's nowhere near, I can't read anywhere near the amount of stuff that comes onto my list that I actually want to read. I think right now my to read list has something like 377 items on it, because I'm always reading about or hearing about books that I want to read. And so I add them to the list. And that way, when it's time to read a new book, when I finished one, I'm not trying to search for something that I might want to read. I have a list already of all of the things that I've already decided that I want to read, right? Now, a pro tip here is that if you're using Libby or a library app, Boundless, something like that, you can just add a bunch of those things from your list onto your holds list. And then you will likely always have something in the queue. You'll always have a few books that are just ready to go the second you finish whatever book that you just finished, right? Now, what about to listen to, right? Music, this is maybe one of my shortest lists. I love music, but I've remained stuck in the music that I listened to primarily in high school and college. I don't know if you can relate to that. It certainly happens to me. And of course, I have listened to some newer music in the last 20 years, but not nearly as much as I would like. So when I hear about something that somebody recommends to me, or maybe I hear there's a new album from a band I really like or something like that, I will throw it into the to listen to queue. And that way, when I'm feeling like I want to listen to something new, I can go ahead and listen to something and I don't have to figure out what, right? Restaurants. Do you like food? Do you like going to restaurants? Are you kind of sick of the same old ones that you've been going to? Well, I love food. I love trying new restaurants. And I kind of read a lot of media that talks about restaurants and things like that. And so I'll hear about things or somebody will tell me about something and I'll put that on a restaurants to try list and I will tag that as well. So might be tagging it with the neighborhood it's in, if it's in my city or a city that it's in that I know I'm going to go to or that I go back to frequently, like if it's, visiting my parents in their city or something like that. You could even tag it with a type of cuisine if you wanted to. And that way you always have a list ready to go of new restaurants that you want to try. This can be really fun because I don't know about you, but sometimes you're just like, I'm just tired. I want to go out and eat something, but I don't know what, and I don't want to make a decision around it. This can help you with that decision fatigue. And what about travel? I mean, I love traveling. I can't travel nearly as much as I wish that I could. I can't, I haven't been to nearly all the places that I want to go to. And so I have an opportunistic list for travel. Like, where would I like to go next? And this way, when we do have the opportunity to plan a vacation, we have a curated list of the places we think we might want to go. Maybe we can even use that to say, okay, let's look for where has the cheapest plane tickets right now, or something like that to help us with that planning. And then recipes. If you're someone who really likes to cook or likes to try, maybe if you don't even like to cook, right? But you just see a recipe that you're like, oh, that would be easy for me to get on the table for myself or my family, right? Add recipes to this recipes to try list. And then the next time you're in the mood for something new or to try something, you already have a go to list. So, this is the idea. It's lists of things that are opportunistic. So, there's no date attached to them. It's not like I'm going to do this thing on this date or etc. It's when I have this use case, where can I go pull from, right? Where can I pull from that's already curated for me so that I have to do a lot less work and feel a lot less stressed and make a lot fewer decisions in that moment. Now, do you have opportunistic lists that you used? Is there anything that you can share with me, something that you're keeping track of that I'm not keeping track of yet? I would love that. If you're inspired to start keeping track of some opportunistic lists, some things like that, or maybe you're inspired to grab the random pieces of paper that have this stuff on it and consolidate it all into your task system. Let me know in the comments. I would love to know. Now, if you liked this video, if you want more content like this, there are two things you can do right now. So first is give it a thumbs up. Let me know this is the kind of content that you like so I can create more of it, right? And make sure to subscribe. If you want these videos in your feed, make sure to subscribe. Till next time.
Thank you guys for watching this video, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe because only about 17.3% of the people that watch our videos are subscribed. Thank you.